This is Radio Republic.
I grew up listening to a lot of the Beatles. James Taylor was a staple. The Carpenters was a staple in the house. Simon and Garfunkel was a staple. And then to the extreme of like old classics like Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald. Even classical music was a big influence also to me because I used to dance ballet. I've been singing way before I even knew how to talk straight. I come from a musical family. My mom and my dad used to be in a singing group together. My dad is a songwriter. So it was kind of like a lifestyle for me growing up, being around music. They really instilled that in me and encouraged it because I remember as a kid, I think I was like 3 years old. My dad gave me a tape recorder as a gift. Then he taught me how to, yung cassette tape, yung you press record and play at the same time. I knew how to record myself at an early age and I would just have a mic and I remember loving the sound of my voice coming out from the speaker. So I guess at an early age talaga, I've been exposed to that. So singing, making up my own songs have been with me from the very beginning. But syempre, as I grew old, I wrote my very, very first song. I think I was like 13. But it was, the usual cheesy puppy love song. I don't have any formal background with music. My dad taught me how to play the basic chords on the guitar. I was 9, 10. But my first instrument was actually piano. I think that kind of helped in a way because I was familiar with what the notes really are supposed to sound like. And I knew the chords on the piano. So when I picked up the guitar, syempre it was a different dynamic, but because I was familiar with how it was supposed to sound, it was easier for me to pick up. But yeah, self-taught. My dad taught me how to do the basics, but then because I fell in love with it, and I kept listening to music, this never a day goes by without me playing a guitar. And at the time, I was, I wanted to challenge myself to really be good at it. I remember I would pick a song, a really hard one, and try to kapa and really try to learn it on my own. Really look for like, what's that note? And then I would just go from one fret to the other until I could find it. And sometimes it would take so long, but then it's such an accomplishment once you really learn something that, you really work hard for. I actually started in a show band. All throughout high school, I was known to be the girl who always had a guitar with her. They would jam with me after class. So a few of my friends who used to jam with me, we were, I think, on a summer break or something. And they were like, instead of looking for a summer job, why don't we just form a band and see where it goes? So we started jamming together. 2 of my girlfriends in high school. We were in Baguio at the time kasi bakasyon, diba? So, naghanap kami ng ora mismo na gitarista, ng bahista, at saka ng drummer. Kasi marami silang friends na musikero doon. And then we just jammed for a few times. We learned like 10 songs in a span of 3 days. Naghanap kami ng audition. Paddy's Point was still the place to play at the time. Now, kind of, when you go there, it's a little bit sketchy, but back then, it was newly opened and the band scene was still very much alive at the time and thriving. And there were a lot of places to play, a lot of bands all over. This was way back in 2000, I think, 99, 2000. We auditioned and we got in. And we played for the weekend. We got paid 300 pesos per head. We did 3 sets. Parang it was like an immersion of some sorts. That was my first experience ever to play at a bar with a band in a professional sense. Right. And I had so much fun. I don't know, it kind of turned a switch on in me. I went back to Manila. I was still in college at the time. And I think this is what I want to do for a living. That's what started it. I was kind of shy. Noong una, I wasn't the type to want to sing my own songs. I wasn't there yet.